I'm standing on the rock, looking at the vast expanse of ocean, and I'm trying to forget about what's happened in the past, trying to be in the moment. And then I jump. Swimming is kind of good for the soul. It makes you feel good when you get into a rhythm and you feel that kind of momentum in the seas with you, and that's why I do these long swims. Clean Cross is a swim from Hong Kong to Macau. It's 35 kilometres. It's going to take me between 10 and 14 hours depending on weather conditions. I work for an international commercial law firm called Norton Rose Fulbright, and I work as a senior learning and development manager. So I teach lawyers how to present, how to lead and how to manage. I think what fascinates me is human potential and how much people can push themselves. It strikes me that in a lot of my life I haven't really pushed myself as much as I could have, and there are probably other people who could say the same. So this is one thing I can do where I really sort of work out what my boundaries are. In human resilience, that's interesting to push those boundaries, but environmentally we've gone too far and we get to the point of no return. Some days you're walking into the sea and there's just rubbish all around you and you're swimming through it, and it's just incredibly depressing. And it's not just depressing from an aesthetic point of view, it's depressing because it's now getting into the food chain. There's studies being done that opening up fish and seabirds and seeing plastic in their stomachs, and we've got to do something about it.
This little feature is called Peaked Hill, and it was what we chose looking at the map as a good starting point. But it is a little rugged, as you can see, so we're trying to pick a spot where we can start safely without hurting himself.
It's good to be able to picture it, to step out of the water onto the rocks, and yeah, just sort of get a mental image of the swim ahead, really.
On Christmas, we went for kind of a open water swimming session, like just 2K. And that's where I met him the very first time. Just on that trip, we were on the bus together, and I started telling him about one swimmer that a year earlier was talking about swimming to Macau. And I was doing research and wanting to help him to achieve that. And Simon at that point said, "Oh, I want to swim from Hong Kong to Macau," because he's not going to navigate himself and he's just going to focus on swimming. I'm going to be his eyes and ears. I am paddling right next to him, hopefully all the way to Macau.
Here's your destination, that's Haksar Beach. And this is Peaked Hill on Lantau, where we are going to start from.
Okay. Which bits do we have to watch out for? I mean, obviously the ferry lane.
This one, there's shipping everywhere. There's major container ships coming down these areas and in these areas all the time. We'll just have to be well visible, and this boat will stay very close to you.
So do we go outside of this?
We will be outside to start with, okay. And at the right moment, probably after the tide's turned, yeah, we'll cross it.
Okay.
The weather conditions will be fine. You'll be fine. You can do it.
At the moment I feel terrified. I'm very scared to think about the amount of swimming that I have to do. I haven't done as many long swims, and that is a slight concern. You know, when we see you guys in Macau. Right, so you shake that up, yeah, until it's all dissolved. Then you put half of this into here, okay, and then half cold water.
And then how do you want us to give that to you?
Just hand it to me. The final thing is, everyone try and enjoy it.
1, 2, 3, go!
Simon!
Woo!
This is your swim as well, so thanks a lot for coming in.
Guan Yu, sailing vessel Jade, Guan Yu, sailing vessel Jade, over.
Guan Yu, this is J, come in, over.
We are accompanying the swimmer who is swimming from Hong Kong to Macau. Roger, thank you very much. We'll be standing by on channel 72.
Shoo. This is Michael. Just keep going. Thank you, over.
Well, it's 7 o'clock. We've been going for almost 2 hours. We got the swimmer in the water as planned, but perhaps 15 minutes later than we had originally planned. We had a container ship within meters of us, but it's gone smoothly so far. We're just hoping that the tides and the currents, which is the main issue here, work out for us.
Trying to empty your head of all the nerves and apprehension and just try and focus on the breathing. It's about trying to be in the moment. Except my swimming shorts seem to be a bit more abrasive than I remember.
We're 2 hours into the trip, and the dolphins, who are still here for an hour, have been circling Simon and Shu as a way to really say thank you. None of us have ever seen this many dolphins in our lives. By doing this event, we want to show people, one, that through inspiration of one person's action, we can make a difference. On this swim, we actually will be doing some sampling of some of the trash that we see floating by the boat, and we'll do visual counting just to get an estimate of what it's like on one small track across 35 kilometers of the mouth of the Pearl River Delta.
It's quite a big bag coming up.
Shirts today are special as well. The Clean Cross, Swimming for Clarity, but they're also made by a company called Waste to Wear, and it's recycled plastic bottles. And so, you know, the key thing about getting plastic back into the recycling stream is to create an economic pull factor to get that garbage into a new product. And as soon as that happens, the pull factor works. So now we're making shirts. People on Facebook said, I want one of those shirts. They're made out of plastic bottles. So already people have to start thinking, whoa, I need to get some more plastic bottles, and that's what's going to keep them out of the water at the end of the day.
So I'm going to keep my eye out for all the fast-speed ferries, which is making me pretty nervous now today, seeing how fast they're going, how frequent.
Swimming with other people is one of the reasons that I love this sport. It's not like you can communicate with people while you're in the water, but just having someone alongside you is a great source of comfort and morale. I very rarely do any swimming on my own. I swim with some friends at lunchtimes, the Triton's Triathlon Club in the evenings, and 2 open water swimming clubs during weekends. In this part of the world, open water swimming is really taking off. It's a tremendously supportive, friendly community, and I'm very lucky to be part of it.
Thank you. The reason that they need a support swimmer, it's just to give them some company, maybe try and keep the stroke rate up a little bit, and just general encouragement. It can get a little lonely, marathon swimming, and it can get particularly lonely when you're doing 35 kilometres.
Yeah, we're mixing up his isotonic drink to go alongside his regular food drink, so he wants something a little bit spiky and sugary. Plus we're pretty good chefs, as you can tell.
My job on the boat today is as official observer. The official observer is here to ensure that we can claim the swim, or that Simon can claim the swim and have it registered as a record or as a swim. So he has to swim from shore to shore. Nobody can touch him in the water. He has to wear certain types of clothing, for example, no long jammers, nothing that protects him from the cold or the heat even.
I think we're in good shape. Simon's in good shape, he's powering along, and everything's going according to plan, which is always what you can hope for. We're ahead of schedule. We can see our destination right there.
Yeah, I concur. I concur. The mate's got it under control.
I say again, 5 minutes for food. 5 minutes for food. Okay.
You know, we got to get his stroke rate up. He's slowing down a bit here, and the tide has just changed, and those currents are really moving across the coast towards the airport. It's going to be pretty damn hard to get right through that to the shoreline.
Simon, you told me to tell you, the record's on if you can keep it up, mate.
Best swimmer in the world, but I've worked at it. You know, you work hard at something and you're willing to fail, and it's getting back in the water that's important.
Go, Simon! 25 minutes to get in there, so go. Going off course. Shoot, he's off course! Shoot! Shoot, go and get him! Shoot, go and get him!
Shoot! Go get him!
Go to the original point now. On the other side of the bay. The other side of the bay. The current is taking you that way.
That's spot on.
That's good.
That's it. Off course again. Do not fight the current. You will be there all day. Turn right, go straight in. Come on, Simon! You can do it! Go, Simon! I can see, but I can't judge how far back he is. Standing up. 10:20.
Oh, you did it! Well
honestly, I thought 2 hours in I was finished.
I'm feeling relieved rather than happy. I'm sure I'll be happy later on, but I'm just glad to be on the boat, to be honest, glad to be out of that water. I came after that feed, that second feed, and I had no energy in my arms, none at all, and I thought, and someone had said my stroke rate had gone down to 50 or something, and then at that point I said, okay, yeah, come on, let's give it a go. I don't want to let everyone down. I'm not sure I'll ever do it again. That might be the last one, who knows. Thanks for all your help, guys. I couldn't have done it without you, seriously. It's fantastic.
How was the swim?
It's awful, terrible. I was just feeling sick and being sick, and I just thought that was it. I had no energy in my arms, and it helps when we had a couple of support swimmers here who come in the 4th hour, and that really made a big difference. It just took a bit of resilience really to just remember why I'm doing this, which is to raise awareness of plastic and rubbish in the ocean. The assumption is that long distance swimming is an individual, very solitary sport, but it's not. I mean, we had 14 people on the boat today, each had their role. Shupu paddled all the way from Hong Kong to Macau, so she's the first person to ever do that in an ocean rigger. And then we've got Arnie Highfield as well, who was the captain and navigator on his boat Jade, and he did a phenomenal job of working out the route. And then of course the support swimmers who helped me, Kirk and Doug, and you know, and everyone who was on board. It's a team effort. I mean, in many ways, the bit I do is the easy bit. You know, we're all on a beach here, and you know, and it's pretty clean, fortunately. But we've got to maintain our ocean, because you know, because if we don't, then it will affect us. We've got to do something about it.